Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. We are just getting in, so let's wait just one more minute. And in the meantime, let's play some music.
Yo, online store owners, listen up now. I'm about to drop some knowledge, show you how Customily, the best app in town. Let me tell you why, so you can wear the crown. Then you can wear the crown. Personalization is the name of the game. If your customers have personalized fame, customized products so unique and cool. Spread the word, don't be a fool. With Customily, the store will stand out. The possibilities, there's no doubt. From t-shirts to mugs and everything in between, your customers will feel like a dream.
Okay, everyone, welcome to this new live session of Customily. And today with you, this is the Santa's elf of e-commerce. It's not Josema anymore. So today we are dressed like this with Joffrey because we are actually going to give away a lot of gifts. I have a full bag of great features to show to you on this beginning of the last track of Christmas and holidays. So we are very excited with Joffrey to show you what we have on this gift bag for today. Hello, Joffrey.
Everyone, sorry, I hadn't unmuted myself. Well, yes, we're feeling Christmassy and generous today. Thank you, Jose, for hosting today. Well, let us know, guys, if the sound is cutting. I just read that on the chat. Well, anyways, thank you for hosting today. We're feeling Christmassy. We're feeling generous today, and it's gonna be a good live session today.
Okay, good to know about the audio. So keep us posted on that. And okay, so today, as we are, as you're seeing, we are joined by Joffrey on presentation and Cecilia on the chat. Cecilia is also wearing her Christmas holiday outfit, but she's not showing us today, so you can imagine her. And today's agenda is we are going to be covering some, as you know, at the beginning of each month, we cover the most trending designs of the previous month. So we're going to see what was trending on the Customily designs on October and get straight to the point. We're going to open the gift bag and we're going to show you the new features of Customily that have been released all on the last past months. We have been testing out some of them. We have been showing around on specific cases. But we wanted to do a big list of what do we want for Christmas, because basically we want you to have all tools available on these last products you want to market out for the holidays. So by presenting you the greatest features we have available, you get all what you need to get creative on your products. We're going to do a walkthrough on how some of them work, and some of them are going to be, we have been covering them, we're going to mention them, and of course we have a Q&A time as always to cover some extra questions about these new features. All right, so let's get started with Joffrey.
Thank you, Jose, for that walkthrough. Let's dive in directly into our top Customily designs. We've been discussing for a couple of weeks now that, well, we're approaching the cozy season, the giveaway season. So it's not surprise that most of our designs are focused on Christmas. Most of the top pick designs from our users are Christmas ones, right? So, but before we get into those, it is very important to highlight that most of the clipboards that we have are evergreen clipboards. So even though they are designs that are mostly sold and advertised for Christmas, most of these clippers can be used and sold in different features, in different designs, in different models, in different products. So that is the beauty of it. However, green, how flexible and versatile these clippers are, and that they are available for your use throughout the whole year, right?
The UME
Mhm.
is, I think UME has never been out of the top 5 in the whole year. You
No.
can change it according to the season and according to the topic. I can estimate that by July, August, we're going to see UME on the summer version, but it's like it's always on the top 5.
Absolutely. And actually, well, for those who come every week, I always like to mention this and highlight it, because most of our users, most of our merchants enjoy starting from a customly design and building from it, incorporating their own assets and merging some assets from customly as well. So that is no surprise why the you and me, sometimes it's you and me and you and me and the dogs and you and me and the cats and you and me and both. So it is no surprise that these designs, at least the first three, are frequently used in hoodies, in sweaters, t-shirts, the acrylic plates, for example. So it is no surprise at all that these remain week to week trending, right?
Mm.
So and the fourth and fifth ones are rather, yeah, important this season for the bubbles. We've been discussing bubbles for a couple weeks now, in acrylic, in ornaments, in wood, in metal, aluminum, etc., etc. So these two designs are the most trendy ones for the bubbles. The good thing is that you can get deconstruct and rebuild on these elements, so you can get acquainted with these designs and build your own. So yeah, these are top 5 designs.
Yeah, circle designs will become even more present on the top 10 because, well, like Joffrey said, ornaments are becoming more and more popular. Remember, it was the most sold item on the holidays last year, so we expect kind of the same impact this year as well. So round ornaments or shaped ornaments will have always a strong presence on the preferences in customity designs as well.
Absolutely. And amongst the same line, the same vibe, the same mood, it is no surprise that the other 5 designs that have been picked as top sellers and top used during October are also Christmassy ones, right? But let's highlight, for example, in the Hello Christmas one, that could be used in a bubble, that could be used in a card, it could be used in a plate, for example,
Hmm.
right? So it is very similar. It's kind of like a more closed up look on the design number 5, the Hello Christmas. You see, it's kind of like a fresher and more closed up look on that design. And the best.
It is designed to actually bleed out, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the same goes for the Best is Forever Christmas. It's kind of like the same idea of our first Christmas of partners, but we are now focusing on besties, for example. And it's circular, so you can put it in a bubble or in something else, right? Um, Most of the clients and most of the merchants generally use our designs, our clipboards, to rely on the puppy and the cat clipboards, because they are fun and they are cute to look at. And I mean, who doesn't love a pet? Who doesn't love a pet, right? um, and the good thing about this is that you can offer always customization and building on the clipboards, putting in their names, changing messages, etc., etc., right, Jose?
Yeah, actually, having the dogs and the cats as a full collection itself opens you a wide range of possibilities that um, doesn't have to be constrained to the simple customity design. It's like, I mean, you can market, of course, this product, but after that, if you want to create something new, the cat collection, the dog collection in facing back or on top in a kawaii style on a side version like the Santa Paws, all those versions of the dogs and cats are a collection itself. So you can just pick the library and create your own design using those clip arts completely already set up and ready to go. So it's a great advantage when you have a great idea and really don't want to go into getting all the clip arts. You have them with Customily.
Absolutely. And since you're talking about new stuff and about new features and about creativity, why don't we dive into what is new at Customily?
Right, great. That's a great kick to go into what's new in Customily. So let's say I will have like my bug here, and I'm going to start pulling out gifts. So this is a very known feature already. Customily has been removing background and cutting face for a long time. We have been integrated with third-party tools, but since some months ago, we developed our own internal tool. So we have our own background developer, our own background remover developed in-house that is completely free. It has unlimited uses for you as a testing part when you're crafting your design or your template, and also for your customers on the front end. So it's very important that you're never consuming credits or quarters of credits at any point. This is a great advancement. It's a great opportunity. So we are opening the chance to removing backgrounds to everyone who wants to create a design with that feature. And the great thing is we have it available for all platforms. So it's on Shopify, Shopplaza, Etsy, WooCommerce, Amazon. We have that working for all the major platforms where we are currently integrated with. That's a great feature because you're no longer limited by platform at all in Customily. Right? So you can check out some other tutorials and live sessions in which we have been playing around with this remove background feature. If you recall, on Halloween we kick off with this moon shape image placeholder, and you could actually put your pet or your person in there with the shape of the moon. The moon would turn orange. It would be amazing. After that, we actually published a Customily design based on the popularity that this live session eventually generated. So it was a great opportunity to play around with this new feature. And along with this feature, we also developed our in-house tool for face cut. So we now can do the face cutout of any person, kid, baby, whatever, and we can do this completely free, unlimited on the uses, and available for all platforms. So this is a great tool, as well as the remove background, and everything is for free, no matter how much you use. So one thing we explored on a couple of live sessions ago, if not the last one, if I'm correct, was the fact that you could actually put textures for texts. Now we showed you that there's like a lot of textures that are already available in Customily. That's a library full of textures that involve wood texture, leather, metal, embroidery. And we also had some patterns that we could match with different events related to Christmas, related to patriotic commemorations. So those were fixed textures that you could now pick. You could adjust the texture and the scale and apply to any single text. Now we put that a bit far away, and we decided to actually allow you to upload your own textures. We're going to show you an example today. So now if you have your own pattern, your own texture, you can actually upload that as you were upload font. Basically, it will become part of your collection, and you're going to be able to use it across your entire account. So that's a great new feature that you can put these textures on any single text you want to use. And again, this is available for all platforms. Crosswords. We did an example on this a few live sessions ago, and it was actually really amazing, and people were actually expecting that because it's a trending feature right now. And we launched this with a lot of enthusiasm, and we we presented this, and you saw that it was a really nice crossword with a texture and a shape for the tiles. And now we have evolved that new feature into a more complete feature with different styles, colors, and shapes for the tiles. So now you get to choose between a lot of textures and colors, and between rounded edges or sharp square edges. So that allows you to integrate the crossword into another design without being that too much stick or unreal to the rest of the design. Now, if you have a design that has a slightly Christmas style with the reds and the greens, you can have your crossword to match that in some texture and some style, because you have colors that will go with the rest of the tone of your design. Right, so now we have new advancements on the crosswords, and it's available on all platforms. Another great feature we tried out when we talk about ornaments, we saw that now we have a filter that is completely free and developed by Customily called the pencil drawing. Basically, this is something we can apply to basically anything. It's ideal for engravings or even embroidery. So you can put that on different products like wallets and t-shirts, and well, glass ornaments was the example we did. Acrylics as well looks really nice. And if you recall, you were able to change the color of the pencil drawing style, the stroke. You also can combine it with remove background and with face cutout, which is amazing because now you can use like the full scope of Customily tools. You can remove the background and you can turn it into a pencil drawing like we did with a family photo. You also can cut out the face and apply the pencil drawing like we did on these examples, and also change the color if you want that to look more realistic on an embroidered leather piece, for example, like a wallet or a journal cover like that. Also, it works for printing and engraving alike. So whatever output you have, it will be readable for engraving machines as well as printing. This is very important because it's actually a great filter to create engraved personalizations, not just text but also images. It's very common now on medals and pendants or even woodworks like cutting boards and stuff. So now you can engrave and make it look realistic as well. And as you can see, you're going to see this on actually all the past features and upcoming features. This is available on all our e-commerce platforms. This is something pretty new, and we did comment some on this. We did an example or so, or we had like small coming soon announcement, but now we have this now, and this is here, and this is amazing. Now you can move texts and images. You can apply that feature to whatever object you have created and allow customers to actually move around stuff and rearrange their design. This is pretty interesting with certain logical limitations. That is, we actually don't want people actually throwing stuff out of the printing area. So you need to kind of be careful with that. But when you put it into work, you realize just how amazing it is. And we're going to show you an example really cool about a Santa hat, not this one. It will be like a pretty big hat, but this is a Santa hat that you can actually resize and move around. And if you have your Customily dogs and cats, you can put the Santa hat and move it around to fit whatever cat and dog you select. So imagine if you want to do this for every single location that will come up next. For example, if you want to do it with a reindeer horn, so you want to do it in the future for St. Patrick's with a green hat, or you want to do this with a Halloween witch hat, you can actually now put that image as a dynamic image, allow for movement, and whenever you pick 1, 2, or 3 pets, it will show the free hats and you are able to move them around. So you don't have to think about, okay, so I have all these 100 dogs, but if I want them to have hats, I will actually need to create the hat position exactly on every single dog breed. Imagine that kind of work. Now you can simplify and condense everything with this amazing new tool that is moving images. And also moving text can be really fun if you want to allow customers to rearrange. We're going to do something really interesting with a mug in a few minutes. Okay, so this summarizes that it works with text and dynamic images available on our platforms. I just don't want to miss any of the bullet points that Cecilia made for us. And a couple of very interesting functional features, right? We have been playing around with what customers can do, but you as a merchant should have a lot of tools also available to simplify your work inside Customily. So one of the things we develop is the fact that you can now download the image that you are simulating on your design or template creation, right? This actually gets images for you to use on your listings fast and easy. So if you have between 1 and 5 dog options, you can customize 5 dogs and download the image, then 4, 3, 2, 1, and basically you create your entire gallery for the product directly when you are building your design or your template. And at the same time, you can test out really quickly if you want to see if what you are designing will fit print margins and stuff. So you can you have the chance to download in low quality for the first step for the printing, or load in front end nice quality when you are on the preview or in the design stage. And I mentioned the downloading on the step 1 for the printing because now we're going to see that for the printing we have an even better feature. But it's amazing that you can craft your mockup, and instead of going to the front end and starting to customize stuff, you are building everything on the design editor, and you are picking up images for your gallery later. Finally, like I said, if you want print files in excellent high quality, ready for sending to the fulfillment company or your testing process, you can now get them really fast. At some point, last year, we had a live session in which we explained that on several live sessions, and there's a tutorial also in the YouTube channel. We explained how to create test production files by using the browser console and a special code. Now we have simplified that to a Chrome extension, which is really handy, really amazing. And now we can actually just download that on the Google Chrome extension browser and install that in seconds, and it will generate print files for us to test. So this is a very interesting feature. We're going to see how it works. Now that we have this covered, let's dive into a walkthrough of these features. We are going to create a couple of products, and the end results will be something similar to this. This is a, oh wait, I'm not sharing my screen yet. Right, let me just give it 1 second, and I will start sharing just now. We're going to create a glass ornament with a kid face cut out wearing a Santa hat. This is basically, you will be able to see how we can do face cutout with Customily. We can do pencil style if you want, and we can actually put images so you can move them around, right? So, and also we're going to test out some other features. For example, we're going to test out the background remover and the text movement, as well as the crossword. Right, so these are the latest features we're going to be checking out, and we're going to create this product because I think they're pretty original, pretty interesting. Right, we have a mug that will have our names on a crossword, and it will have the name of the family, then the picture of the family. We can either remove or not the background. We are testing out to remove it. So let's get started. Let me just get inside Customily here and go straight to the start section. Let me check my notes so I don't miss any details. All right, great. So let's start by creating a new design. Right, let's go here to the My Design section and click to create a new design. We're going to call this the child face plus Santa hat. Very technical. Yeah, plus hat. All right, so let's create the design. This is going to be a ornament, a glass ornament. And if you recall from our ornament live session, I recommend you get the print template and print guide from the POD that's going to be fulfilling your product. Right? In this case, we are going to create a glass ornament, and the glass ornament is going to be from Printify. So let's click on dynamic image to bring a dynamic image here, and that's going to be, let's go here and look for that one. That's going to be the print guide that is going to help us. Let's fit to the canvas here, and that's our glass ornament. So if you pay attention to the red line, this is the full size you need to upload to Printify, or in this case, you need to create on the artwork, and then that will go straight to Printify. But they need this bleed, so you better keep it in your in mind when you're designing. So how should we now proceed? Basically, we're going to let me just lock this and put this right. Let's create a image placeholder, because we're going to put our kid photo. Yeah, so if we try with an image, we can actually play around as a customer would do with their kid photo. Yeah, there it is. So we can actually make this like a bit bigger or smaller, like that, right? So it's going to be centered. And in the image behavior, we can play around with some settings. Remember, we can change the color style at all points. Make this fill area, and the Customily features for background remover and face cutout are going to be on the last on the list. So if we click on remove background, the testing will actually remove the kid background just like this. If we want to apply the face cutout, we're going to need to unclick on one and click on the other, because basically it doesn't repeat process, because the face cutout also removes the background, right? So this is going to be the kid here. If you double click on the placeholder box, you're going to see that it changes to another instance when you see the real size of the picture, and you can actually play around to see if the boundaries are okay, like that. So okay, so boundary seems to be okay. That's perfect. We click outside and we pick the placeholder again. Now we're going to click on face cutout. Oh wait, like I said, I need to unclick here and good on face cutout, and that is going to click this. As you can see, when I fill the area, the cutout is not as clear as when I have a full image. So if we know we're going to be doing a face cutout, I recommend unclicking the fill area. All right, so the kid can go up to this. We can create a curved text, right? The curved text is going to be somewhere around here. There it is. We need to go into the character and change this to be convex, like that. Also, we can stretch to the margins just to adjust the arc, or we can just fit to the canvas and see how the square looks like. Looks like the square is pretty big, but if we start resizing this, we might have, let's call this, I don't know, 200, right? Or maybe 300, right? And fit to the canvas, right? So now it seems like the arc for writing is very close to the safe area edge. So we're going to stick with this, and we're going to change this to let's call it, yeah, that one. Right. So now we have this. It's going to be our type your name. Okay. Just like that. Perfect. And this is the kit. So upload photo. What am I missing? I'm missing the hat. So for the hat, we are going to be clicking on dynamic image. Why? Because it's a pre-made image we have on our computer, on our assets. We're going to use this. It could actually be a library. We're going to use two examples because we actually want to to be a choice for customers, actually to choose between if they want or they don't want. So one thing we can do is skip the first position as empty and go to the second position to upload our two hats, like that, right? So this is our hat, and we can actually stretch it a bit. If they are the same place and position as the kid, it's going to be very difficult to pick one or the other to move. So I recommend we move this a bit up. We can go like that. It doesn't matter as long as we are within, let me just click here. As long as we are within this margin, we are okay. So this red margin, right? So basically it doesn't matter where we position this, as long as the area of the box is enough for us to move around the hat. And the same with the kid. I mean, we're going to be able to move around the kid without much problem, right? So let me just, oh, wait. No, maybe, I don't know why I changed that. Just, no, I'm going to, yeah, keep it like that. Right, perfect. And yeah. All right, so we have the name, we have the upload picture of the kid, we have the hat. Hat doesn't look like that. It's not going to be the end result. Remember, we are testing out. So technically, I can grab the kid. Let me just look at this and grab the kid. Technically, I'm going to be able to, wait, what am I? Upload picture. Right, so I'm going to be able to do this and be able to rotate so customers could actually adjust the hat and the kid without a problem. But before we go, we need to make sure that this select hat, we need to make sure that in the image behavior, and this is a new thing for dynamic images, we click here and we see that this checkbox needs to be on. Allow moving image inside bounding box. With this, we allow the customers to move around the hat and position this anywhere they want, right? Just like they do with any uploaded picture. So let's click done, click save, and we are all good to go to create our glass ornament. Right? All right, so here it is, child face plus Santa hat. Let's go to the start and let's create a glass ornament. So we can go into publish new product. We can search for glass ornament and see what it brings in, right? Like this one, okay? And let's see what we have here. We have, okay, probably I picked the other one. Let me see, glass ornament. Yeah, okay. So this is the provider. This is the variants, and we go next, and we're going to pick from our designs. So we go to the last page because it's saved based on date, and we're going to pick this. You see how this gray background shows the print outline? That's because I actually forgot to hide that. So this is a great instance to double check that. Let me go to my designs. Nobody told me that, or probably they did on the chat and I cannot see the chat, so that's very unfair. And here on the print guide, I need to hide this. So basically we don't want to print that. We're going to keep it, of course, but we don't want to print. So save design and just save it. No options need to be updated. Done. Now we're going to go to start, publish. It's very common to actually get those guides to print out, I'm afraid. Glass ornament. my designs, and now it looks better. All right, let's wait for this to get created. I want to have a product created on my store, a template that will place the design on the print area and on the mockup as well, and also the options that I can later adjust or keep it like that. But it's also customizable for you, so your shoppers will better understand what they need to do and the options they have. It's a pretty fast process when we have very little options. And this is the final revision. Let's see how it works. The options we have is upload the photo, pick the name, and type the name, and also pick the hat. And right, if you hover this, we see that actually we can now move the hat image, even though we're not seeing that yet. But also we can click and select image and pick our friend here and let the system change the background. In the meantime, let me change this to child photo, glass Santa hat, glass ornaments. Yeah, excellent. This is our product. This is the kid, right? So if you click on the kid, you are able to move this around. You're able to flip it, whatever you want, like this. You can type this and perfect. You know what? We're going to stay with the promotion here, and we're going to pick hat. So we have this hat. Yep, there you go. And you see now you can move this. This is amazing because imagine how much time you're saving. And that's the kid. You see, we are on the very limit on the we are on the limit of the box, which is something that we need to keep in mind. In this case, I may need to push this a bit up just so I don't miss this, but it's okay. I can grab the kid. If you don't grab the kid, you can always flip with the controls, and that's the kid. So now we can actually move this around. If we can't move because it's on a layer order basis, you always have these controls to fine-tune what you get. Or you can always crop, but right now on the testing phase, crop is not zooming to crop is not available. It's available on the front end. But this looks pretty nice. Let's click on save this and publish right away. Let's save this to be the picture of the product and go publish. It's pretty straightforward. We didn't test the other hat. We're going to click it. And if you don't like the picture because the picture is not exactly the same, don't worry, because actually you can enlarge and reposition the other hat. So if I were to change to another hat, it will be fine because I can adjust this at any point. Let's double try this on the front end with our kit again. So Shaffer, do we have some questions about this design in particular?
I'm checking at this. I'm looking at this question. Cecilia has been tackling all of them.
Oh, awesome.
She's rather fast on those typing.
All right. So this is the other hat. Keep in mind we okay. Maybe we need to actually click on the crop. You see the crop is now available, and it's easy for us to move around stuff. So that seems to be better, and like that. Pretty fast, pretty amazing. We now have been able to test out maybe 2 features here of the ones we have been covering. We were able to check out, check how to face cut out and how to move images around. So let me open I'm going to open a new window. I'll actually need to be able to, we're going to use this. You see this small icon here with the Customily icon? This is the Chrome extension. So if I click here, I can actually, I really don't like this. I'm going to change the hat because I wanted to print this. So I want this to be a bit low. All right, so this is more kind of what I want to do. And I may want to make this a bit bigger and also make sure our friend is also a bit bigger and a bit up there. Great, done. All right, so this is what we want. So if you install the Chrome extension, you can just make it sure it's enabled here and it's pinned. So if you click on the extension puzzle piece, you can pin this with the pin icon. So it will click there and show up. One thing you need to do is input your API key. That is something you find in your user. Something you can go here in Customily, go to account, to integrations, and here API key, you just click show, or if it's not there, you can generate, you're going to be asked for your password, and that API key you copy, you paste, and you put it on the extension here. You save it, and that's it. That's your API key for always. And whenever you customize something, in this case, wait, here, this one. You need to be on the page, you need to have customized something, and then click here and go to generate print file. So it's going to create an URL, and URL, you can click on that, and it's going to give you a timer. So whenever it's ready, you're good to go. How do we get into this? How do we get the extension? So right now, if I'm not mistaken, we can go and find on our help center, we can find an article on print files. So if we go for extension, yeah, what is Customily options extension? No, well, how to install? Oh wait, what is this? Maybe Cecilia can help us because there's a help center article, but right now I'm missing. Let me see if this is the one. No, maybe it's not on the extension, but actually there's a quick way to download the extension. Let me check on store. Yeah, and getting started options, right? You were going to say something? Right, so if not, I can actually get it really fast for you, but I wanted to show you that the link to the Help Center article that has the download extension is basically a zip file. So, oh, there you go. Let me see if there's a way for me to.
Don't worry, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. And if you want, we can go over this later on. Is that okay?
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. Cecilia sent this to me. It's uncanny, actually, on our platform for the roadmap for the features. It's actually there. We are going to share that link on the chat right now. So you can download the extension from there. It's going to be the Help Center article is going to be created later. But right now, if you follow our roadmap, you're going to see that as a developed feature that people ask for and is now existing. So if you want to install that, of course, you first download the zip file. Then you go here to the puzzle piece and go to Manage Extensions. You need to enter developer mode. You see here, there's a toggle called developer mode. And after you go developer mode, you click on Load and Pack. You need to unzip that file into a folder. It's going to be called extension, and you go and you click on Load and Pack, and right. So right now I didn't actually unzip it. So you see here, we're going to right click and extract here. That's the folder called extension. That's the one we need. So in Chrome, we're going to find this, and we don't double click and get inside. We select the folder and we go and click down here where it says select folder. That's it. It's going to install the extension. Actually, it did install twice. No worries, right? But now this is how it's going to look, like this. And it's going to be a icon here. And this is unlimited use of test print files, which is going to look something like this. When this is finished, it's going to say done, and you can grab it. And it's going to be a PNG in really high quality or exactly the size that your POD will need. And this is all gray stuff is transparent, just like that. It's pretty fast, pretty easy. You can queue up a lot of tabs without any problem. We recommend using this when you are testing your own fulfillments, when you need to try out the color modes and sizes and output formats. Right, so covering more and more tools and features, let's go and create another design. All right, so let's go to Start, and or we can go to My Designs and click on Create Design. we're going to call this the, we're going to have two designs. One design is going to be the family mug photo part, and we're going to create the crossword part. So create design. So in here, we have a square. Now, I'm not sure, we're going to be using a shine on mug. I'm not sure exactly the size. As you know, we need to pick the guide for, we need to pick the guide to get the exact size and position, but mugs usually like print all the way from the bottom to top and wrap around in two parts. So you can actually print a design on the left and another design on the right. So you can you know how to create a wraparound horizontal kind of printing. You can actually grab something more close to a square, and that's it. So we're going to start with a family photo. So for that, we are going into image placeholder, just like that, and fit to the canvas. So we cover the entire place, and we go try with an image. I'm going to try with the family photo here. All right, so this is something we want. And in the image behavior, we want to try our remove background kind of feature. That's it. If we want to actually try the pencil drawing as well, we can actually force this like that. And this is actually pretty cool. We can actually have this as another option, but this is a great way to get this to customize your end products. So this is going to be our upload picture. And then we're going to create a text box. And the text box is going to be somewhere in, let's fit to the canvas, but only to have the width. Let's change this to be somewhere here, like that, right? So we have part picture and part text. We're going to put in the character something a really big size for the font because we actually wanted this to be as big as possible. It's going to stop at 520, but it's okay. I mean, we want this to cover the whole height of the box. And let's look for another font that's going to showcase really nice the texture effect. So let's say we were kind of, all right, this could be a nice font, right? So if I go here and I type family name, oh, let's go. It's very close, right? Family name, just like that. All right, we can try and see, let me call this zoom in on the name, just so you can see this. Character is one thing for the font and the size and everything. And in the color part, we can set color, colors and libraries and stuff. And then we can go into patterns. Very cool thing. Patterns support PNG transparency. We have seen this on previous live sessions. You can actually upload a pattern or a texture that has a transparent background. So basically, whatever you are putting, you can combine to the background color. This is really amazing because you can get even more creative on that. You can have a, let's say, for example, well, here, this is the pre-made Customily textures. And at the bottom, we have the ones we create. The ones with the trash can are the ones you can either upload or delete later. Let's go with, I don't know, we have this one, Argyle, pink and green, right? This is a color texture. Another could be, for example, well, buffalo plate. This is very cool. Christmas plate, like that. So there are things here. Fall, this is all interesting. Lily Pounds is pretty fun. And let me go into one that has transparency. This one, pet footprints, right? So you see how the background is black. Actually, if I were to change this, it's going to show, it's going to change. So think when designing textures for your texts, think about that transparency, because if customers can change colors and the texture also is there, it's going to create a very amazing effect with endless possibilities. So let's we'll stick with the black because we're going to be adding our own texture. So we're going to click on upload your own texture and look for this one. This is a Christmas texture, right? It's going to show by default, but you can basically not use it, right? And if I find this to be just a bit to big or small, I can always manage to change the scale, right? As long as it looks nice. I think this is pretty big, but if I were to go really small, like that, it will become pretty small, right? So let's go with 100, maybe 200%. Now, let's see, maybe that's the one we want. All right. And that's the texture. We're going to keep it on 100, see how it changes. So this is how you can come here and you can change this to, I don't know, Christmas stars, right? And that's the Christmas stars in there, and the background could be close to the reds, and because this is transparent, right? And go back to the one here, like that. So this is the way we can add texture. Another last thing I want to do with this text is in the advanced part. Remember, in the advanced part, we have prefix and suffix. We also have now, just one second. Let me see if in here, oh, we did have this, maybe character, color, advanced. Oh, wait, seems to be missing a key option that is used to be here. So maybe we can check that it's breakback. They use my user a lot to test stuff. In any case, on the advanced part, there's a check that allows you to move around the text as you saw on this example. Right? This is basically me moving the text. The same text that I type. I can actually come here and say, right, like that. So, and rotate. So basically this is something available right now. And let's double check later, or maybe go to that template I made. But the idea is that you will be able to move around the picture, move around the text, and that's it. Just one double final checking. Probably, yes. So I'm definitely missing that on my user. Don't worry. It's there, and we can check it later. What else do we need for this design? Actually, nothing else. We're going to use the other design for the second part of the mug. So let's call this upload image. Call this family name. And save it. I may want to do one small thing that I recommend, because I didn't check exactly our bleed and save areas for the mug. I may want to come here and I may want to do some small adjustment. I want to cover myself, and eventually I want to adjust this later. But a cool trick is, so maybe I can reduce this slightly a bit, enough to give some margin. And of course, the system will always pay attention to the object. So we need to create another blank object that we usually keep it as another image that is not there, right? And at least we have the full shape of the square. And this big object we see here is actually putting in place these two as well. So I want to use this as a trick in order to separate myself from the margins in case the fitting is too much on the bleed or the edge. Let's quickly create another design that, well, I forgot the name. I'm going to call this the family mug part 2. And this is basically going to be a crossword. Yeah. And we click on the crossword and it shows up. We're going to leave a margin as well and create a dynamic image hidden as big, as big as the canvas. So at least we have the crossword position. And on the settings part, we can actually stick this and turn this into different colors. So we have now rounded tiles with aqua color, glitter. Could be a really interesting solution. Maybe not combining with the Christmas. Gray, it's a bit too dark. Natural, Yeah. Oh, this one could be nice. And then we have oak, rose, white. White, I don't think it's like that. I'm going to stick with this. Okay, so this is our crossword. We're going to change the ID because we don't want IDs to cross. So 1 and 1 is good with ID 10, just in case. And this is it. So second designs usually need to be very separated from the IDs. Let's go and save design. And now we're ready to put together our mug. Right, so Customily, when finds designs that have ID 1 and the other has ID 1, is going to turn this into ID 1001. So for the system not to do that, basically what we do is we push like 10 times on the other. So it's going to be, the system will never have to change IDs because they are repeated. Right, let's go publish a new product. Let's go with the mug here. And mug, yeah, shine on mug. There you go. Yeah, okay, so click next. And for the right side, we are going to pick the design of the part 1, photo part 1, this one. And for the left side, we're going to pick the other one, which is the crossword. We're closing in to finishing this, and we're going to be able to show some extra features. Just a cool thing we had, and let me show you on the templates in the meantime, is this. On the templates, we did the testing here on the white ceramics crossword, right? And here we had the text with the feature. Let me just show you. Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. Actually, what I did was correct. I couldn't see the option for the moving text because the moving text right now is an option available on the template edition here. Right, that's it. Right, like I said, we are. This is all fresh from the oven. So if you want to turn a text into movable text, you need to open the template and you need to pick it from the template in the advanced part. Right. So sorry about the confusion. This is really interesting to always double check. And if I wanted to do a quick checking and positioning this on the POD website, I can click, instead of printing out and waiting for the end result, I can come in this design I'm doing and click on download image on the first step, so I can get a testing phase at this point, right? So like this. This is going to be, wait, let me just call this 2. This is for testing on the output of the POD, for example. And if I go to the second part, I can actually customize this and click download image to download a quick. So I can actually play around with the crossword and download a lot of images in there, right? So eventually I end up with something like this. I have this for testing purposes, this for mockups on my product. Let's go here. All right, so this is the finished mug. Let's see what we created. Let's start with the family name, for example, the Jones. Oh. And we cannot move this. No worries. You saw that it's on the template. And we are going to click on upload image, and we're going to pick the family, and it's going to remove the background. There you go. And we can, remember, this is wrapping around, so you can keep it like that, or you can adjust this a bit more anywhere you want between the margins. Finally, the crossword here is going to be, we're going to type in, let's type in 4 names we have liked. So Peter, Milton is the dog, and Carol is the mother. So create the crossword. Let's see, Pirushina, and maybe I have a not the right separation. Just 1 second. If not, on the front end, it's always working. All right, let's keep it like this as a test and keep it as a draft. We are not sure yet. We need to go into the draft part. Then go and view this anyways on the front end. Well, we got this family crossword here. we did Linda, Michael. Let's try the ones we did, which was the Peter, Shanna, Milton, and Carol, and create crossword. So names were not a problem, yeah, at all. So maybe it's just a small thing that we happened live, right? So let's try again. Just 1 second. Here. Okay. I don't know what this is, but always get inside, ask for support. We are in here. This is the final station. If we go to the template, you should be able to see that we need to enable the text here, right? We go to advanced and allow for moving. That's all we need to do. And the crossword, see, apparently the crossword actually changed this to 1010, which is perfect. This is an ID as valid as anyone. So maybe, just maybe, we may, this is pretty much is working. Maybe we actually have to double check the options here in the part 2. Let me check just in case. So remember the ID is 1010. So if this crossword says here in the functions 10, that's where we're getting the error. No worries, we're going to keep 1010 and save it, right? We always learn something new. Always something that is inside the system can really be simplified and fixed. So let's click next, click save. And as always, we change the options, we change the template, we save everything, we update the product. We don't have to connect anything again. We just need to refresh the page and that's it. All right, and now refresh. We should be good to go. So let's go select image, pick our family here, type Jones, and if we were able, right? So this is going to be our family here. Stay like that. All right, and if we were able to do things, if we set up the setting correctly, I'm going to click on the text and move it around just like this. Hey, I can actually do this. This is very amazing, right? Text don't have a limit on the box except for the view part. So think about that. It's pretty amazing and challenging when you want to actually do stuff. People will do this, yeah, but most of the time they will love the fact that they can actually move around the text, right? And then we're going to put the names and create the crossword, and it's going to work because the ID was just around. If this is not perfectly working, don't worry, you can always create another crossword and so on. Also, I mean, this is actually wrapping around, so you don't have to worry if you don't see full thing, but you can click again. All right, so actually I like this one. Yeah, it covers top better, right? You can click to create the crossword until you're happy with this, and then go to the Customily app and create a new print file. Right, and then click this, and while we wait this to generate, let's jump to the Q&A.
We have a couple questions.
All right.
Let me fix my hat. All right, we have yeah, we have a couple questions out here, so let me dive in there just a second. All right, very good. First question. Okay, yes. First question, is it possible to demonstrate monograms as well?
Demonstrate, you mean to create an example?
Of monograms, yes. I do believe we have a live session that focused partially on that, right?
That's correct. We do have a live session, but I mean, monograms are basically single initials, so we can actually do that. Let's actually try and work on these two products.
It will be good because we have a question that follows that.
Okay. All right. So I'm sharing screen again, right? Yes. So let's work on, let's create a monogram design, right? So let's go to my designs. We may want to do like a coaster. So let's create a design called, here, called monogram live session. And well, if you look around for specific fonts, this is very amazing because some fonts will have left, right, and center because they shape particularly. Others will just have the same size, and you can just type the 3 letters and they will show up. But if you want like sometimes monograms have like a stylish. So let me just go and put this really big. Basically, a monogram can be an ABC kind of style, right? Or it could be like an ABC, something like that. You adjust that depending on the looks and the fonts you have. Let's say we have a font. I think we have something called here for monogramming. Flourish monogram. All right, so this one has the, this is another kind of monogram. So let me just look this. So the monogram circle like this has this. But this is a curious thing. If you actually type caps, it will have the circle. This is a special font that uppercase letters will have a circle. So if you establish the way of printing, inputting in Customily to have this, what you will have is that the center will always be will be uppercase, and the design will look like this. We're going to put this here and create another text to try another font. So monogram script circle, I think is the same. Yeah, it seems to be the same. All right, and bind monogram, I think it's a bit more complex. All right, this could be something like this. Let me check the B. Okay, so uppercases will have the effect. Let's go with an U, for example, looks like this. H like this. H regular is like this, and light. So having the fonts help create a nice monogram is a great way. If you don't have that, you can still have a single line. Like so, we're going to say A, but we're going to put another. Let's see if I have a. We have a kind of. I think Cincel is like a nice. This one, right? So let's say we have this. This is a nice font that we can use, but we want this to have an effect. So even if I go. Okay, so uppercases will be a bit bigger. That's it. Let's go with all caps. Yeah. So one box is going to be the left. Then we're going to have the center one that actually we're going to make it bigger. We can even make sure they stick together. And then we're going to make the right one like that. This could be a monogram as well. You input each one, right, at the same time. Sorry, you input one at a time, and it will create that effect. That could be another kind of monogram. So let's
before you move on or close it or save it.
Yeah.
They are asking here. I mean the split monogram where you put the text in the center.
Okay. Yeah. That is I actually did that with another font. You need a special font for that. I mean, you can have images, but to be honest, it's faster if you have the font. And the font is, if I can go split initials. So one font could be this. So they come in like this. These are the characters. Another one is going to be called was called the no a. Another one is the flourish monogram, right? So this is another. So you see, they are all fonts, basically. Just reduce a bit space. So what you do is you have this font, and then you have an inside text in here, like that. And whenever you type, one thing you can do is like this. Wait, like that. All right, so let me reduce this. So let's say we have this. Just 1 second. I'm missing the zoom here. Okay, so this text is going to call this the center text, and this is going to be the split initial. Okay, so what if we have these to be the same IDs? Because right now they are number 6 and number 8, but what if this is number 6 as well? basically, whenever I start typing in the center text my name, I actually get to see the split initial. Now, the problem with this is there's no character limitation. We need to impose the character limitation, right? So that's one way of doing. Another way is to set this 120 and 120. Okay. All right. Again, let's go with A. Right? You see how it shows? Oh, it's the size. Sorry. Oh, I know what's happening. All right. So 718. That's the maximum size I can go. Okay. So whenever I type here, I don't know, like this, you see how it changes? Or I go like this, and right, it's changing. It's replicating the same behavior because you have the same ID, but you're limiting the split initial to a single size that will allow only one character. So it's copying your initial, basically.
Awesome.
Something like that. So
and we have a question that entails this part. The question is here. I noticed when choosing or uploading different fonts between the monogram, the fonts do have different center points, like they are aligned differently. Is there a way to work around so you have the font choices all aligned the same way?
Yes. Actually, for example, let me show you this. So option 1 is split monogram. Option 2 is flourish something, right? Okay. Now flourish is actually giving me a slight error because it should be a bit smaller. Or why is it not showing? That's very strange, right? So this one says this, and this one shows this. So let me see. Or maybe I need to make it, yeah, okay. So that's probably because it's, all right, it's a different kind of font, right? So we have this, the P, and then we have the J, right? This is changing, right? Okay, so the problem is we need to be sure to align this and to make sure that they keep aligned. So our reference text is the center text, and then we need to go like split initial. We're going to call this the flourish, yeah, and we're going to copy and Control-Shift-V to paste on the same. Oh wait, and Control-V to paste on the same place. And this is going to be, this is a split initial. I forgot the name. Sorry. Oh, split, right? So this is split initial classic, correct? So what do we do in order to make sure this one will change one or the other? We turn them into layouts. So we control visibility of one or the other. Right now, I want this to be one layout, and this one, I want this to be another layout, okay? So basically, this is the flourish, and this is and this is the classic. Classic will need to have the same ID as well, right? Same ID. So everything has the same ID: center, flourish, and classic. Now, classic, if you recall, has a 718 or 700 and something, right? 700 size, and it's aligned like this. So that is classic. Now flourish will have another size, and it should go in here like this. In fact, I think it's going to even be bigger because like that. All right, so close enough. Maybe we can actually make it even bigger. Oh, but now it's changing. So we need to actually make it 400, something that is going to cover, right? So whenever I click classic or flourish, it's changing on the same position. Or you can arrange the fonts on a font editor. If I go to center text and I actually change this to this, If I go flourish, it's going to show there, and classic is going to show there. This will be the best way for me to do this, is like creating different layouts so I can position each font in the right place for this split initial kind of monogram.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jose. And we have last question here is, when working with custom product base only, would it make more sense to first put in the blank product into Shopify and add the template later on?
When working, sorry, into
Yeah, let me get to that again. When working with custom product bases only, would it make most sense to first put in the blank product in Shopify, so you can fill in the details and whatnot, and then add the template to it?
actually it's the same way, but it depends on how your store works. So creating a product base, let me just I'm going to keep that open. Working on product bases will create blank information about your product that you can put any design. But whenever you pick a design, you pick a product base, they merge together and create a new listing with a new template. So the listing is always created if you use 2.0 tools, like in this case, publishing a new product, right? In case you already have the listing, because this has been an ongoing listing that you have that has reviews, SEO, organic traffic, and whatever, and you just want to add customization, then yes, you click on add personalization to an existing product, and you create the template and you attach the template to that product. But that depends entirely on how you want to proceed with your product. If you don't have the product, then I think it's better if you create it using publishing and merge product base and design. If you already have the listing when you're starting with Customily and you want to keep that listing, then start with adding personalization to an existing product and create the template from scratch. A third scenario would be you have the product already in your store and you want to fulfill it with a print-on-demand provider, right? So in that case, you're going to pick the product, you're going to match the variants, if any, and then pick the design. And what the system will do is not create the listing again, but create the template, the options, and attach all together. And the fulfillment will be automated through API for that existing listing. So that's another case scenario that you can consider in the future. But if you have the listing and you're fulfilling on your own, you go to this part. It's going to be better and faster because you have full control of the printing and the preview. If you want to start scratch and create the listing at once, you go and publish a new product. And if you want to add a POD fulfillment to an existing listing, you can take the further road. But you can always find the right solution depending on your case scenario. Customily offers you the best possible way of doing that.
Awesome, Jose. Thank you very much. One last question that is actually rather a good question. Do we have the option to move the text around in the middle of a split monogram?
In the middle of a split monogram? Yeah, actually. I mean, wait, this one? So
yes, the text that is in the splits.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I mean, technically, if you go advanced and you wait, this is a design, right? Yeah. All right. So let me just yeah, let me just go to, remember, we are still we only have this on templates, so let's create a template. And yeah, sample template. Basically, I'm going to click text. I'm going to go character and look for the monogram split flourish. I don't want this one. Right. Okay. Let me just, and then text box like this. So this one is going to be locked in here unless you go to advanced and you check this, allow moving text. And basically that will allow you to move around this anywhere you want. Right. So if you want that text to move, you if you craft the design, it's not going to move until the final template and the product are created. then you can go to the template and enable this moving text feature. And that's it. Basically, you go done and you go next, you save it, and that's it. You allow for that functionality to work.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jose. And I believe that helps both Angela and Annalise that were kind of asking about the split monogram as well.
Yeah. Well, split monograms has a lot of things. Fonts play a lot of play a great deal on the monograms and also on the split. And if you cannot make them work or align, keep in mind you can use layouts. If you want to have like a big space and allow them to play around with the space between moving the text, you can also do that now. We have that feature.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's it. That's about it. Those are the questions that we've had today, Jose. Thank you very much.
Great. Well, should any other questions show up or where to get this amazing hat, you can reach out to support or over email, open a live chat, and at the same time also ask around in the Facebook communities. Join Facebook communities because it's very active. There's a lot of sharing and commenting on many new features. And I think we're going to have a lot to say and to share now that we have a lot of these features now showing and sharing with you. And we are going to still have a last call for Christmas. It's not over. We still get a chance at the very end of November. It's going to be like the final push, but it's also possible. Remember, we have had some POD guests that told us that at the very last couple of days we can still order stuff, and it's amazing because they're going to be offering a lot of services. So there's always a chance that we're going to do a last call for Christmas on a couple of weeks. So join us and check out what we can share with you on that. Right, Joffrey? Thank you, Cecilia, on the chat as always. I can see like 100+ messages, so it's been very amazing. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you everyone for coming to us every live session. Thank you for the good vibe, and make sure you reach out to the team whenever you need. Okay,
well, see you next time. Thank you for watching, and until a couple of weeks on the next live session. Bye bye.